Hello and welcome. You're watching Newsline Live with me, Neha Khanna. Let's begin with the top story we're tracking at this hour. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh is in Jammu and Kashmir today to review the security preparedness in the Union Territory. He said the government will not tolerate any terrorist attacks on security forces. His visit comes following Army Chief General Manoj Pandey's visit to Jammu and Kashmir.
की घटना की गंभीरता को देखते हुए जो भी आवश्यक और जो भी उचित कदम है वह उठाने की भरपूर कोशिश की जा रही है। हमारे लिए हर सैनिक बेहद महत्वपूर्ण है और हमारा एक सैनिक, मैं मानता हूं, वह हमारे परिवार के सदस्य के समान है। यह हम सबके अंदर यह भावना रहती है, सारे देशवासियों के अंदर यह भावना रहती है। और आपके ऊपर कोई नजर डाले तो सचमुच यह हम सबको कतई बर्दाश्त नहीं है। मैं आपको यह विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूं। इस प्रकार की घटनाओं को रोकने में सिक्योरिटी और इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसी दोनों ही महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाते हैं और लगातार उनके द्वारा भी यह प्रयत्न जारी है कि यह उनकी यह भूमिका और भविष्य में ज्यादा इफेक्टिव हो। उसके लिए जो भी शासन की तरफ से सहयोग की आवश्यकता है अथवा भविष्य में भी जो शासन के सहयोग की आवश्यकता पड़ेगी, उसके लिए हम सरकार का खजाना पूरी तरह से खुला हुआ है। लेकिन मैं यह भी मानता हूं कि इस प्रकार की घटनाओं को टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड नहीं लिया जा सकता है। हमें और सजग रहने की आवश्यकता है। मैं जानता हूं आप सब सजग रहते हैं, लेकिन मैं मानता हूं कि और अधिक सजग रहने की आवश्यकता है। और जिस तरीके से आप सब काम कर रहे हैं उसके प्रति मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा, सभी के प्रति हम सबका एक कृतज्ञता का भाव है। और साथ ही जिस शौर्य और पराक्रम का आप परिचय देते हैं उसके कारण हम सबको एक गौरव की भी अनुभूति आप सबके कारण होती है। और मातृभूमि की सेवा में जो भी आपका बलिदान है, जो भी आपके एफर्ट्स हैं, जो आपकी कोशिश है, उसकी किसी भी सूरत में किसी भी चीज से तुलना नहीं की जा सकती। मैं उसे कहना चाहूंगा कि वह अपने में अनपैरेलल है और इसकी कोई कीमत भी नहीं चुकाई जा सकती। कोई हमारा सैनिक शहीद हो जाता है, भले ही कुछ कंपनसेशन दे दें, लेकिन वह कंपनसेशन के द्वारा उसको कंपनसेट नहीं किया जाता। वह क्षति जो होती है कभी पूरी नहीं की जा सकती। मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूं कि सरकार का जहां तक प्रश्न है, सरकार आप लोगों के साथ खड़ी है और हम आपके वेलफेयर को, आपके कल्याण को, आपकी सुविधा को बराबर हम लोग टॉप प्रायोरिटी पर रखते हैं। जो कुछ भी जानकारी हम लोगों की दी जाती है उस आधार पर हम कदम उठाने की कोशिश करते हैं। लोग यह मानते हैं कि भारतीय सेना जैसी पहले थी उससे कहीं अधिक अब ताकतवर हो गई है और साथ ही हमारी भारतीय सेना पहले के कंपैरिजन में काफी वेल इक्विप्ड हो गई है। आप सभी इस देश के रक्षक हैं। देश की रक्षा के साथ साथ मैं आप लोगों से विशेष आग्रह करना चाहता हूं, देश की रक्षा की जिम्मेदारी आप लोगों के ऊपर है, लेकिन इस देश की रक्षा के साथ साथ अपने देशवासियों का दिल जीतना यह भी आपके लिए बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी आपके कंधों के ऊपर है। मैं जानता हूं इस दृष्टि से भी आप लोग अपनी तरफ से प्रयत्न करते रहते हैं, लेकिन हो सकता है कि कभी चूक होती है, प्रयत्न ही होना चाहिए। इस प्रकार की चूक न होने पाए जिससे कोई भारतवासी आहत हो। जिस देश की आप सेवा कर रहे हैं उस देश के लोगों के साथ भी सक्रिय रूप से जुड़े रहें, उनका विश्वास आप प्राप्त करें, समझ को बढ़ावा दें और उसमें आप महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका आप निभा सकते हैं और आप निभाते भी हैं, लेकिन उसे और अधिक गंभीरतापूर्वक निभाने की आवश्यकता है। मैं यह मानता हूं समय समय पर उनके बीच जाकर देशवासियों के साथ उनका कुशल क्षेम पूछना, कोई कठिनाई हो तो उसके बारे में भी जानकारी हासिल करना, जहां पर उसकी जानकारी देनी आवश्यक है, जिस भी स्तर पर उसकी जानकारी देना, मैं समझता हूं कि यह सब भी आपकी जिम्मेदारी है। इसलिए मैं मानता हूं कि हमारा उद्देश्य जहां पर कोई जंग जीतना है, आतंकवादियों का सफाया करना है, वहीं पर हमारा उद्देश्य, बड़ा उद्देश्य होना चाहिए कि हमें अपने देशवासियों का दिल जीतना है। हम युद्ध भी जीतेंगे, हम किसी भी प्रकार की जंग भी जीतेंगे, हम आतंकवादियों का भी सफाया करेंगे, लेकिन साथ ही साथ देशवासियों का हमें दिल भी जीतना है। और बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी आप सबके कंधों के ऊपर है और मैं अच्छी तरह जानता हूं उसको आप पूरी निष्ठा के साथ, पूरे लगन के साथ निभाने की अपनी तरफ से भरपूर कोशिश करते हैं।
Meanwhile, a major anti-terror operation continues in the Rajouri and Poonch sectors of Jammu. Ahead of Defence Minister Rajnath Singh's visit to Rajouri and Poonch in Jammu, security forces detected and destroyed an improvised explosive device at Lavapura on the Srinagar-Baramulla highway. The bomb disposal squad was quickly pressed into service and the device was defused. Traffic movement on the Srinagar-Baramulla National Highway came to a halt briefly as security forces carried out this operation. After Bharat Jodo Yatra, Rahul Gandhi and the Congress are now gearing up for the Bharat Nyay Yatra. The Yatra will start from Manipur and end in Mumbai. This will begin on the 14th of January and traverse 6,200 kilometers covering 14 states, mostly in the Hindi heartland. The Yatra is expected to culminate in Mumbai on the 20th of March, just ahead of the 2024 parliamentary elections.
All India Congress Committee has decided to hold a Bharat Nyay Yatra, January 14th to March 20th, from Manipur to Mumbai. We had done a Rahul Gandhi led a yatra from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, traveling 4,500 kilometers. That was a historic yatra in Indian political history. Now, Rahul Gandhi is doing a yatra with the great experience from the first Bharat Jodo Yatra. Certainly, this yatra is going to interact with the youth of this country, women of this country, or marginalized people. This is not a political yatra. Don't think that it isn't. We are not going to make it as a big political yatra. Already Jairamji mentioned about the issues. We are going to raise these issues of the common people of this country. It will interact with the people, those who are suffering. That's only. We are not going to make it as a political yatra, election yatra. Nothing is there. We will find out the yatra where we didn't went last time. We will find out the route like that. We will give the details in.
Whether Mr. Rahul Gandhi wants to undertake a yatra or not undertake a yatra, that is his democratic call. It is for the Congress party to decide. The date of 15th January or around it perhaps may be suiting the fact that Mr. Rahul Gandhi might be on one of his international travels or on vacation, and after that wants to make his presence felt. But the fact of the matter, what is Nyay? In this country, Nyay or justice has been happening after 80 crore people have been getting ration from Prime Minister Modi's government for the last so many years. People in India under Prime Minister Modi's government are reaping the benefits of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas. They are seeing how India has become one of the fastest growing economies in the world, moved from number 10 to number 5. Seeing that in this country its prestige has gone up, delivery is reaching there, infrastructure is increasing. This is all justice, not the empty slogans from Garibi Hatao from the days of Mrs. Indira Gandhi to the Bharat Jodo, which has been rejected of Mr. Rahul Gandhi by the people of India, and now coining another word like Nyay. Nyay is what you do, not what you create as a slogan. And I'm sure the people of the country will also give a reply to the Congress party and its leadership on these theatrics that they often resort to. Criticizing India, which Rahul Gandhi ji regularly does, perhaps on his advice, is also seen by the people of India. Mr. Rahul Gandhi going abroad and asking for foreigners to interfere in India's democracy has also been seen by it. And most importantly, Mr. Sam Pitroda, if my memory is correct, is the person who on the 1984 by-election said, so what? So this is the sum and substance of Mr. Rahul Gandhi and his core advisors. And the people of India see all of it and have consistently given their stamp of disapproval against the Congress party, its advisors and its leadership.
ये यात्रा बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। जिस प्रकार से मणिपुर की जनता के साथ जो अन्याय हुआ, इतनी प्रताड़ना सहन करने के बाद भी आज भी मणिपुर की जनता को न्याय नहीं मिला, तो कांग्रेस पार्टी की जिम्मेदारी के मणिपुर की जनता को न्याय के लिए जो मुहिम है उसको आगे बढ़ाए और इसीलिए इस मैसेज को देने के लिए ये शुरुआत मणिपुर से न्याय यात्रा के तौर पे की जा रही है। 6200 किलोमीटर की यात्रा है, 14 राज्य और 85 जिले इस यात्रा में कवर होंगे और हर जगह पे न्याय की गुहार। जिस प्रकार से आज इस सरकार में हर तरीके से अन्याय हो रहा है और सही मुद्दों को भटकाकर दूसरों मुद्दों पे भटकाया जा रहा है, तब कांग्रेस पार्टी हमेशा मुख्य मुद्दों पे कैसे ध्यान को लाया जाए, इसी मैसेज के साथ भारत न्याय यात्रा की शुरुआत मणिपुर 14 जनवरी से होगी।
राहुल जी का पूरा राइट है, अधिकार है उनका पार्टी के लेकर एक प्रोग्राम करने का। स्पेशली उनका पार्टी फेल किया है रिसेंट इलेक्शंस में, तो उसका जिम्मेदारी है डैमेज कंट्रोल करना। लेकिन ये देखना है कि वो उनका जो प्रोग्राम वो भाजपा का स्टेट में भाजपा का एरिया में कर रहा है या नॉन भाजपा वाला एरिया वहां पर वो घुस रहे हैं। अगर बंगाल जैसा नॉन भाजपा एरिया, हम लोग तृणमूल कांग्रेस तो भाजपा को डिफीट कर दिया है, वहां पर अगर वो घुसना चाहता है तो वो तो भाजपा का ही हाथ मजबूत कर रहा है। तो इसीलिए उनका रूट जो है वो ठीक से देखना पड़ेगा।
Rahul Gandhi arrived at Virendra Arya Akhada in Haryana's Chhara village, where he interacted with the wrestlers at the Akhada. Chhara is the hometown of wrestler Deepak Punia, and both Deepak and Bajrang Punia commenced their respective wrestling journeys at this Akhada. Bajrang Punia has said Rahul observed and took quite an interest in the wrestling routine, actively participating in the activities as well.
वो हमारा जो रूटीन होता है ना रेसलिंग का, वो देखने के लिए आए हैं।
तो कोई खास बात हुई पहलवानों से?
वो बिल्कुल उनके माइक में, उनके चैनल पे या वो वीडियो बनाई थी
उन्होंने।
हाँ, कुश्ती की उन्होंने,
जोर की, एक्सरसाइज की।
बिल्कुल
आपके साथ किया?
मेरे साथ ही कर रहे थे।
तो क्या खास देखने आए थे वो जो आप लोगों के?
वो ये देखने आए थे कि भाई जो एक खिलाड़ी होता है उनका जीवन कैसे होता है, कि रेसलिंग का जीवन कैसे होता है, तो वो देखने के लिए आए थे।
Rahul Gandhi's visit comes amid a fresh row over the Wrestling Foundation of India. The Sports Ministry suspended the Wrestling Federation after the new president, Sanjay Singh, announced the hosting of under-19 and under-20 nationals by the end of this year. Wrestlers who accused the former Wrestling Federation President Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh of sexual harassment were unhappy with the election of Sanjay Singh, as he is seen as a close associate of Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. And amid the Wrestling Federation election row, World Championship medalist Vinesh Fogart said she is returning her Khel Ratna and Arjuna award to the government in protest against the election of Sanjay Singh as the president of the Wrestling Federation. Sanjay Singh is a Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh loyalist. Vinesh shared her decision with Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a letter. Her decision comes days after Olympic medalist Bajrang Punia and Deaflympics champion Virendra Singh Yadav returned their Padma Shri awards as well over the same issue. Time for a quick break here on the show. There's more on the other side. Stay with us.
Seeing is believing. Or is it? These are your favorite celebrities that you saw in the videos. But what if I told you that they are not?
Today, deepfake is one of the biggest challenges that the digital ecosystem is facing.
Cannot identify what is deepfake and what is real.
We have seen Rashmika Mandana go through the same thing, and this is becoming a common problem.
Everybody is going to be targeted.
The execution is, there's a laxity in our regulatory execution. In times to come, that is going to cost us a lot.
Well, Welcome back. Let's now get you an update on the case regarding a bomb having been allegedly found near the Israeli embassy in the national capital. Now, the National Investigation Team reached the spot and has begun its investigation at the blast site. Suspecting a possible terror attack, the Israeli National Security Council has issued a travel advisory for Israelis in India, especially in the national capital. Israeli embassy officials said there was a blast near the embassy building in Delhi on Tuesday evening. Israel Foreign Ministry spokesperson Leo Hyatt said the explosion occurred about 100 meters away from the embassy building located in the Chanakyapuri area in the heart of Delhi. As per the Israeli embassy, there were no casualties and all the envoys and workers were unharmed.
This evening, several minutes after 5, an explosion occurred in close proximity to the embassy. All our workers are safe, all our diplomats are safe. Our security teams are working in full cooperation with the local Delhi security, and they will investigate the matter further.
The Delhi police was informed about a blast a little after 5 p.m. and a team from the fire brigade was rushed to the spot. The Delhi police were unable to find any explosive device in that area where the blast is reported to have taken place. More than 12 teams of the Delhi police are currently engaged in the investigation. Suspicious vehicles within several kilometers of the embassy area are being investigated through CCTV footage. 2 suspects have been identified as well. The search for other suspects is ongoing. All international flights and details of passengers were thoroughly checked and only allowed to take off after that. It was later reported that the police found a threatening and abusive letter addressed to the Israeli ambassador. This letter was found near the embassy. The Delhi police's dog squads, crime and BDS team reached the spot where the alleged explosion was heard. Soon, experts from the forensics team also reached the area and carried out combing operations. A gas leak from a fertilizer manufacturing facility in Ennore in Tamil Nadu has led to the hospitalization of at least 30 people. A pressure drop in the pipeline around 11:45 p.m. resulted in a pungent odor and gas bubbles were observed in the pipeline. The unit promptly depressurized the pipeline, diverting ammonia vapor to the flare, completing the operation in 20 minutes, according to the Environment Secretary. Following the incident, the Environment Minister of Tamil Nadu announced the closure of the Coromandel International Limited's industry until further orders. The industry specializes in the production of ammonium phosphate, potash sulfate. However, residents in the surrounding areas reported vomiting, nausea-like symptoms shortly after the incident. More than 15 ambulances were dispatched, transferring individuals to Stanley Medical College Hospital. Meanwhile, following the incident, many people took to the streets and launched a protest demanding strict action against the company responsible for the incident. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar is currently on a visit to Russia. He talked about the various ups and downs in the relationship between most countries, saying the only constant in global politics have been ties between India and Russia. Listen into what Dr. Jaishankar said.
But almost all these relationships have their ups and downs. So if you look at Russia and China, Russia and USA, Russia and Europe, India and China, India and USA, you will actually see over a period of time, there are good periods, there are sometimes not so good periods. There are difficulties, there are stresses, and there are very also good memories and great achievements. To me, what is actually exceptional about India-Russia relations is from the early 50s, it actually for 70, 80 odd years, and there have been big changes in this period. You know, this was a period when actually the Soviet Union became Russian Federation, among other countries. When actually big changes have happened in world politics, when Russia has actually transformed, India has grown, and yet if there is one constant actually in world politics, it has actually been the relationship with India-Russia. So everywhere else, actually, you get the question when you look at any relationship, why has this relationship changed? I think we are the only two countries which have to answer why has this relationship not changed. And I can think of many reasons. One, of course, that if you look at the map of the world, if you look at the continental mass, it is natural as two big countries of the central landmass in the world, India and Russia, have many things which bring them together.
Ayodhya sparkles in vibrant hues, gearing up for the grand Pran Pratishta ceremony on the 22nd of January. The countdown to the inauguration of the Ram Temple and the consecration ceremony is reaching its peak, with preparations in full swing and entering the final stages. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to visit Ayodhya on the 30th of December, where he will unveil the new airport and railway station, along with conducting a road show. Ahead of the ceremony, Uttar Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Keshav Prasad Maurya is inspecting the ongoing works to revamp Ayodhya railway station ahead of the inauguration. Watchmaker Anil Kumar Sahu has dedicated a world clock to Ram Lala, which shows the times of 9 different countries. With the Ram Temple construction nearing completion, a surge in visitors and devotees has been witnessed in Ayodhya, eager to participate in the spectacular Pran Pratishta ceremony. Meanwhile, marbles sourced from Mandla in Madhya Pradesh are being supplied to Ayodhya for the construction of the Ram Temple. In the midst of increasing cold, Lord Ram Lala is enveloped in warmth, adorned with a Jaipuri quilt made of velvet and surrounded by a blower circulating warm air.
राम मंदिर में आने से पहले सबसे पहले तो आपको प्रवेश द्वार से गुजरना होगा। तो आइए उस प्रवेश द्वार से जब गुजरेंगे तो आपको क्या कुछ दिखेगा ये मैं आपको बताता हूँ। वो जो आप देख रहे हैं वो इस राम मंदिर का प्रवेश द्वार है। ये पूरा राम मंदिर परिसर करीब 70 एकड़ जमीन पर है, जिसमें मंदिर का परकोटा 8.64 एकड़ में फैला हुआ है। परकोटे की जो दीवार होगी वो 750 मीटर लंबी होगी चारों तरफ से, और मंदिर का जो मुख्य भवन है वो 2.67 एकड़ में बनाया गया है। मुख्य भवन भी मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ। जन्म स्थान मंदिर के मंडप तक पहुंचने से पहले आपको मुख्य मंदिर का जो आधार है चबूतरा, उससे होकर गुजरना पड़ेगा। और वो चबूतरा वो दिखाइए, वो वहां पर जो क्रेन लगा है उसके पीछे जो लोग दिख रहे हैं उस तरफ वो चबूतरा है। वो चबूतरा आप दिखाइए। उस चबूतरे की निचली दीवार पर पूरी राम कथा उकेरी गई है। ये सारी आकृतियां 3D यानी त्रिआयामी हैं। इसकी परिकल्पना पुणे के वासुदेव कामत ने की। कामत की कल्पना को पत्थरों पर उतारा है वास्तुकार सोमपुरा के शिल्पकारों ने, और ये शिल्पकार इस वक्त आपको चारों तरफ दिखाई पड़ेंगे। हर कला दृष्टि के सामने उस चित्र से संबंधित वाल्मीकि रामायण के श्लोक और उनका हिंदी अंग्रेजी अनुवाद का पत्थर लगा है। मंडप तक पहुंचने के लिए भक्तों को सीढ़ियों का इस्तेमाल करना होगा। यही सीढ़ियां मुख्य मंदिर तक पहुंचने का रास्ता है, और यहाँ भी राम भक्तों के लिए 3 द्वार हैं। एक देखिए उधर जैसे वो परकोटे का वो जो आप मंदिर देख रहे हैं, मंडप तक पहुंचने के लिए जो 3 द्वार है उनमें पहला द्वार होगा जो अयोध्या के मंदिरों की परंपरा से जुड़ा होगा, यानी सिंह द्वार। इस दीवार पर 2 सिंह प्रतिमाएं आपका स्वागत करती हैं। क्या नाम हुआ भैया आपका?
जी मेरा नाम गुरपिंदर सिंह है।
कहाँ से है गुरपिंदर जी आप?
मैं गुरदासपुर बटाला से, पंजाब।
और यहाँ राम मंदिर निर्माण में आपकी क्या भूमिका है?
जी राम मंदिर में भूमिका मेरी ये है कि जितना भी पत्थर उठा रहे हैं उसको सेफ्टी होना मेरा फोरमैन का काम है। यहाँ जितने भी क्रेनें चल रही हैं क्रेन को देखना मेरा काम है।
आप क्रेन चलाते हैं?
नहीं, क्रेन चलाता ना हूँ। क्रेन का जितना भी काम चल रहा है, जो भी पत्थर उठाते हैं कैसे बांध रहे हैं, सही से बांध रहे हैं नहीं बांध रहे हैं, उसको देखना मेरा काम।
तो कब से है यहाँ पर?
जी मेरे को तो अभी 2 महीना हुआ, लेकिन बहुत दिल में था कि अब आज से 7-8 महीना पहले से मेरे को कॉल आ रहे थे कि आपको राम मंदिर जाना है, तो लेकिन अभी मौका मिला 2 महीने पहले आने का, तो हम उसी टाइम आ गए इधर।
कैसा लगता है जब प्रभु राम के लिए काम करते हैं?
राम जी के लिए काम करके, काम नहीं सेवा में आए हम, तो काम करने के लिए नहीं आए।
आपकी भूमिका क्या है इस मंदिर में?
देखिए एक्चुअली यहाँ पे जो एनवायरनमेंट, हेल्थ एंड सेफ्टी का जो भी है प्रॉब्लम, जो भी चैलेंजेस आते हैं, तो उसको हम डिज़ाइन ड्राइंग के हिसाब से उसी को हम कैसे सही किया जाता है और उसी हिसाब से सेफ्टी के साथ कैसे काम होगा।
तो प्रफुल्ल जी, कोई एक चैलेंज जो आपके दिमाग में हो, जो आया हो, जिसको आपने फेस किया हो?
ये देखिए बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस थे शुरू में। सबसे पहले तो फाउंडेशंस था, क्योंकि ये नदी के किनारे का एरिया है, तो वो फाउंडेशन अगर उतना स्ट्रांग नहीं रहेगा तो फिर आपका मंदिर उतना स्ट्रांग नहीं बन पाएगा।
The new railway station with modern facilities is being inaugurated. Maryada Purushottam Shri Ram Ayodhya Airport is currently under construction. A small hospital is being built near the Pilgrim Facilitation Centre. Locker facilities are being made for 25,000 pilgrims. A huge complex with washrooms and other facilities is being prepared. 2 sewer treatment plants are being made for waste disposal. Painting and cleaning of streets and walls leading up to the temple is underway. The main road leading up to the temple site is being widened. 37 ancient temples of Ayodhya are also being renovated ahead of the big event. Time for us to slip into a quick break here on the show, but there's more on the other side. Stay with us.
This was intended to be a terrorist spectacular without precedent.
The plan was to bomb 2 Air India passenger aircrafts simultaneously.
There was a loud explosion and the whole plane just vanished.
The police dropped the ball, the intelligence officers dropped the ball, and the politicians dropped the ball.
It was a conspiracy that destroyed my life. It destroyed 331 lives.
News is now content. Just stream it. Download the world's first news OTT, News 9 Plus, ahead of the curve.
जानना है तो देखिए, समझना है तो सुनिए, सीखना है तो पूछिए और कमाना है तो खरीदिए। जानकारी, सलाह और निवेश सब एक ही सुपर ऐप पर। पैसे का सवाल है तो जवाब है मनी 9। आजादी पैसे की, अभी डाउनलोड करें।
वर्ष 2070 तक भारत नेट जीरो का लक्ष्य हासिल करेगा।
There's certainly a wall of capital coming into the clean tech, climate tech space, not just in India but across the world.
This and more, streaming on world's first news OTT, News 9 Plus. Download now.
Bangalore traffic is an example of something that has gone wrong with our system.
We have more than 50 flyovers in Bangalore city. If flyover is a solution to traffic problem, Bangalore should not have traffic problem.
According to TomTom Traffic Index 2022, Bangalore is ranked as the second worst city in the world when it comes to traffic.
The speed limit at the ORR is 80 kilometers per hour, but our vehicle has only moved 10 kilometers per hour.
What Bangalore needs is a surgery, but what we have been offered repeatedly are band-aids.
Only on the world's first news OTT. News 9 Plus, ahead of the curve. The following content may contain visuals that are disturbing, graphic, or sensitive in nature. Viewer discretion is advised. This material is intended for mature audiences and may not be suitable for all viewers. Please exercise caution while watching, and if you find such content distressing, we recommend discontinuing viewing. This disclaimer is provided to ensure awareness and to prioritize viewer well-being.
It's been 82 days since Hamas's attack on Israel. Since then, nearly 21,000 Palestinians have lost their lives in the conflict between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. Let's bring you an update from the war zone of all the developments of the last 24 hours. Israel's war on Hamas will last several months. That's what Israel's military chief has said. The defense minister, Yoav Gallant, has said Israel is fighting a seven-front war. An Israeli official has also said differences persist, but the US and Israel are on the same side in this war. Reports suggest Qatar's Emir and US President Joe Biden have discussed joint mediation for a Gaza ceasefire. News agency Reuters has reported that Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad have rejected Egypt's plan to end the war. A Hamas-controlled health ministry has said that IDF has intensified its operations in Gaza. According to the health ministry, more than 240 people have been killed in Israeli strikes in just the last 24 hours. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has said the country has retaliated in Iraq, Yemen and Iran for attacks carried out against it. Gallant told lawmakers that Israel is in a multifaceted and multi-front war and is coming under attack from 7 theaters: Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, Judea and Samaria and West Bank, Iran, Yemen and Iraq.
אנחנו נמצאים במלחמה רב-זירתית. אנחנו מותקפים משבע גזרות שונות: עזה, לבנון, סוריה, יהודה ושומרון, עיראק, תימן ואיראן. אנחנו הגבנו ופעלנו כבר ב6 מתוך הגזרות האלה, ואני אומר כאן בצורה המפורשת ביותר, כל מי שפועל נגדנו הוא מטרה פוטנציאלית, אין חסינות לאף אחד.
Since Hamas's attack on Israel on the 7th of October, the Israel Defense Forces have said they've retaliated for knock-on attacks from Lebanon and Syria and carried out raids on Palestinian territories in the occupied West Bank as well. The IDF has uploaded a video on social media claiming to show weapons being found under a blanket in a child's bedroom in the northern Gaza neighborhood of Tufa.
אחרי שמצאנו אמל"ח באחד הבתים, ממשיכים לאיתור נוסף שנמצא שם עוד אמל"ח. איפה מצאתם אותם? תראה לי.
אוקיי, קלאצ'ים מוכבים יחד עם המחסניות, יחד עם הרימונים, מתחת לשמיכה. טיל בתוך המכסה שלו.
Israel has vowed to destroy Hamas despite global calls for a ceasefire in the 11-week-old war amid concerns that the conflict could spread with the US and Iran-aligned forces attacking each other elsewhere in the region. Russian opposition leader Alexi Navalny has confirmed his arrival at an Arctic Circle prison, expressing resilience despite a challenging 20-day journey. Posting through his lawyers after a 2-week communication blackout, Navalny disclosed his location at the IK3 penal colony in Kharp, 1900 kilometers northeast of Moscow. Jokingly referring to himself as Father Frost, in harsh conditions he mentioned acquiring winter gear. The Polar Wolf colony, renowned for toughness, is 60 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle, founded in the 1960s as part of the Soviet Gulag system. Denying charges, Navalny claims persecution for challenging the Russian political elite. Navalny's return to Russia in 2021, despite poisoning allegations, earned him admiration. In a social media post, he reassured his supporters, expressing contentment with his current situation. Russian forces have gained full control of Marinka, a town in eastern Ukraine. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu told President Vladimir Putin. Described as a ghost town in most accounts, Marinka, situated northwest of the Russian-held regional center Donetsk, was once home to 10,000 people. In a video exchange posted online by Kremlin journalist, Putin highlighted that the control of Marinka would enable Russian forces to relocate enemy combat units away from Donetsk, providing them with a broader operational area. This development follows Russia's capture of Bakhmut in May, which was a notable success on the battlefield. The situation has been further complicated by intensified land and air-based attacks by Russian troops on the nearby town of Avdiivka since mid-October. Now, Avdiivka has become a focal point in the slow-moving push through the Donbass region in the 22-month-old conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Ukraine and Russia both acknowledged a military incident in the Crimean port of Feodosia, where a Russian landing ship was reportedly struck. However, there are conflicting reports regarding the extent of the damage. Ukraine claims to have destroyed a significant vessel, while Moscow says the ship was merely damaged, resulting in at least one fatality.
Ukraine struck a large Russian warship in Crimea with cruise missiles in an overnight attack that killed at least one person. Footage obtained by Reuters shows the moment of a large explosion at the Crimean port of Feodosia on Tuesday. Reuters was able to confirm the location of the video. Ukrainian Air Force spokesperson Yuri Ihnat did not specify what kind of cruise missile was used, but both Britain and France have supplied Kiev with such weapons. Russia's defense ministry, cited by the Interfax news agency, said this large landing ship, the Novocherkassk, had been damaged. The strike could hinder Russian attempts to seize more Ukrainian territory along the Black Sea coast. Buildings in the Crimean port city of Feodosia were damaged, probably by the blast wave from a large explosion. Russia annexed Crimea from Ukraine in 2014 in a move Kiev and the West condemned as an illegal seizure. Russia has hinted it may try to seize more Ukrainian territory along the Black Sea coast. President Vladimir Putin earlier this month said that Odessa, the headquarters of Ukraine's own navy, was a Russian city. Sergei Aksyonov, the Russian-installed governor of Crimea, said on Telegram that one person had been killed. The RIA news agency said 4 people had been injured. A Ukrainian counter-offensive has made little in the way of battlefield gains, and the Russian military has regained the initiative in several places. But Ukraine has been able to inflict serious damage in attacks on Crimea, the headquarters of Russia's Black Sea Fleet. Previous attacks have targeted ships in dry docks, warships moored in the port of Sevastopol, airfields, the main Black Sea Fleet HQ building, and the bridge which connects southern Russia to Crimea. Throughout the war, Russia has used its fleet to impede Ukraine's access to the Black Sea, the main export route for the agriculture and steel exports that formed a significant chunk of the country's economy.
The leading candidate for Taiwan's upcoming presidential election, Vice President Lai Ching-te, accused the main opposition party of abandoning anti-communist principles and aligning too closely with China. In a televised address, Lai criticized the Kuomintang, asserting that its current leaders, instead of opposing communism as their forefathers did, are now pro-communist. The elections on the 13th of January amid escalating pressure from China to assert control over Taiwan, with Beijing labelling Lai as a dangerous separatist. Lai highlighted China's interference in Taiwanese elections, framing the choice as between pro-China and pro-Taiwan administrations. Lai questioned the KMT's alignment with China and its departure from the stance of historical figures like former President Chiang Ching-kuo. China dismissed accusations of interference, considering the election an internal matter. Japan's nuclear power regulator lifted the operational ban on Tokyo Electric Power's Kashiwazaki Kariwa power plant imposed 2 years ago. This paves the way for the world's largest atomic power plant with a capacity of over 8,000 megawatts to resume the process, which will slash operating costs, but a resumption still needs local consent. The plant has been offline since 2011, when the Fukushima disaster prompted the eventual shutdown of all nuclear plants in Japan at the time. In 2021, the Nuclear Regulation Authority barred TEPCO from operating this plant, its only operable atomic power station, due to safety breaches, including the failure to protect nuclear materials and missteps that led to an unauthorized staff member accessing sensitive areas of the plant. Pakistan's extensive deportation campaign, forcibly sending back Afghan individuals, awaits US resettlement. The deportation drive, initiated on the 1st of November, expelled over 1 million undocumented foreigners, primarily Afghans, amid tensions over allegations of Pakistani terrorists in Kabul. More than 450,000 Afghans have returned home, facing winter challenges near the border. Advocacy groups have reported at least 130 Afghans being in US resettlement process being deported. The US Embassy has provided protection letters, but Pakistani authorities have disregarded them. South Korean actor Lee Sun-kun of the Oscar-winning film Parasite was found dead on Wednesday, according to local media. Reports say authorities found the 48-year-old during a search for him following a report that he'd gone missing. Citing the police, the South Korean news agency Yonhap earlier said Lee was found in a car at a park in Seoul.
South Korean actor Lee Sun-kyun of the Oscar-winning film Parasite was found dead on Wednesday, according to local media. A source told Reuters authorities found the 48-year-old during a search for him following a report that he had gone missing. Citing police, South Korea's Yonhap news agency earlier said that Lee was found in a car at a park in Seoul. It said his manager had called the police to report that Lee had left home and left what appeared to be a suicide note. Lee had been under investigation over illegal drug use allegations amid a government crackdown. South Korea has tough drug laws, and police had questioned Lee 3 times, including for 19 hours over the weekend. The actor had said he was tricked into taking drugs by a bar hostess, who then tried to blackmail him, according to Yonhap. Born in 1975, Lee starred as the head of a wealthy household in Parasite, which won 4 Academy Awards in 2020. He also played leading roles in some South Korean movies, as well as in the first Korean-language Apple TV Plus original series, a sci-fi thriller released in 2021.
A powerful thunderstorm struck Sydney, obscuring the iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge in heavy rain. The merging of 3 storm cells into a large front resulted in hail and strong winds, leaving over 3,000 properties without power. The storm is part of a series of extreme weather events affecting Australia's east coast during the Christmas season, leading to 9 fatalities. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of the country, multiple regions in Western Australia are grappling with wildfires. Tragically, a volunteer firefighter lost their lives while responding to one of the bushfires. A significant winter storm brought snow and ice to extensive areas of Nebraska on Tuesday, accompanied by a blizzard that pushed temperatures below freezing. The National Weather Service reported that the winter storm is expected to persist, affecting portions of the northern and central plains, as well as the upper Midwest. Heavy snow, freezing rain and strong winds continue through Tuesday night, leading to ongoing winter weather advisories in some regions. The combination of substantial snowfall and powerful winds is creating blizzard conditions in central South Dakota and extending into parts of Nebraska, Kansas and Colorado. These conditions are contributing to hazardous travel situations during the holiday week, emphasizing the need for caution and preparedness in the affected areas. And finally, actor Rashmika Mandanna's deepfake nightmare has yet again exposed the dark side of artificial intelligence technology. Even as India looks to harness the power of AI, how can laws and regulations be put in place to crack down on deep fakes? Here's a Newsline Plus documentary.
Seeing is believing.